Good morning, Park Hill. This is Brad Kinchel. I'm principal at Park Hill High School, and it's going to be a great day. I am in the office all by myself, so I'm taking my mask off. We'll talk more about masks in just a moment. But first, I want to say it's been 6 months since we had students in the hallways, and I'm very excited to have you back. The staff has prepared and gotten ready. It's going to be a wonderful day. Learning is going to go on as it's supposed to. There are some things that are new, and that's why I'm having this message this morning in this manner. First, I wanted to say that you've noticed in the hallways there are lots of white arrows indicating which hallways are one-way hallways and which hallways are two-way hallways. So if you would please pay attention to those and be sure that you're following the arrows during passing time. Now, between classes, passing time, you have to follow the arrows. During class time, if you have to be excused to go to the restroom or the printer or see someone in the office, you need not use those directional arrows. Those arrows are designed only for passing time before school and between classes. Going to the restroom is going to be a little more challenging this year than it has been in the past. We have narrowed the time for passing between classes to 4 minutes, only 4 minutes. There are no lockers to go to, so that's going to save some time, and we ask that you not use the restroom during passing time. We ask instead that you use the restrooms during class time. The process for that is, of course, to ask your teacher if you may be excused, but in addition, you must fill out what's called an e-pass. There'll be a whole lot more information about the e-pass, but if you do need to have yourself excused from class, either to go to a printer or the restroom or to see someone in the office, then you're going to fill out your e-pass. Your e-pass can be accessed through e-hallpass.com. And if you have some questions about that, your teacher can help you do that. But you can fill out the pass and it'll have a destination that you wish to go. If you want to use the restroom, there is a colored placard in your classroom to indicate which restroom is the one to which you should go. And be sure you attend that restroom. Now, it seems rather convoluted, but it makes good sense if you think about the purpose for that. Anyone who is in the hallway during class time must have a pass, but more importantly, in case there's someone else in the restroom or at that printer or wherever you're going who is tested and tested positive for COVID, we're going to have to be able to contact trace each and every person in the building. And the e-hall pass will help us do the contact tracing in order to keep everyone safe. Now, speaking of keeping everyone safe, there will be some of you who have friends, neighbors, family members who test and become positive for COVID. If that's the case, we want you to report anytime you think that you're in danger of having contacted anyone who has been diagnosed and tested positive for COVID. If you will direct all those inquiries to Ms. Smith in the office, Alicia Smith, she's the person that will be collecting that information and dispensing it. Also, you can report that to the nurse. But if you have any contact information that you think would be important to help keep everyone safe, make sure you tell the nurse and Ms. Smith. Some of you may not have computers. If you do not have a computer because you forgot your computer, be sure you remember it. If you do not have a computer because you did not pick one up at before school at the registration time, then be sure and tell your teacher at this time that you do not have a computer because you never picked one up. And teachers, if you can relay that information to Mr. Fry, we'll see if we can expedite getting the computers to all those individuals who do not have computers. The last thing I want to talk about are masks. Probably the most important part of what I wanted to speak about, but every student, every teacher, every staff member in the building must wear a mask unless you are, as I am right now, alone in a room. Now, my mask of choice is this mask. And it fits nicely, but you'll notice that it is tight at the bottom and it covers my nose. Now, there's lots of other kinds of masks that will be appropriate. This sort of mask is appropriate. It's tight at the bottom, covers my nose, particularly if I give it a little pinch. Many of you have seen a mask of this nature, and it is certainly appropriate as well. It is tied at the bottom and covers my nose. In fact, this is the sort of mask that you may have during the school day if, for instance, your earpiece breaks or for some reason you find yourself without a mask. You can ask your teacher and they will be able to issue a mask that looks like this so that you can be sure and remain masked the whole day. This is a mask like our seniors last year wore during graduation time. Notice it covers my nose and it's tied at the bottom, and so it's appropriate. Some of you are going to have a gaiter, and a gaiter is going to be tied at the bottom and it's going to cover your nose, and that's appropriate as well. We cannot have are individuals who wear their mask below their nose. If you wear your mask below your nose and breathe through your nose, those germs will be exposed to everyone in the building. So you must cover your nose and you must have a mask that's tied at the bottom. And that, of course, would eliminate a bandana, which is loose at the bottom. So you can't have it either. But my very favorite mask is the one that we have ordered for the choir, and I affectionately call it my duck mask. It looks like this. Looks a little odd, but it's not near as muffled. And I think I sound more clear when I speak in my duck mask than I do in one of my other masks. But whichever it is, make sure you wear a mask that's tight at the bottom, covers your nose, and keep everyone safe. We all have a responsibility this year, and that's to keep ourselves safe and to keep others safe as well. And if we all work together, we'll all stay safe and have a great year. There'll be more announcements that I'm going to interrupt your second block class with as well. We'll get us started with the school day. Let me check, make sure I've gotten everything that's on my list for first block. And yes, I have. So the next thing will happen is you'll have some great classwork for your first block class. When you hear the dismissal for second block, you may leave your desk and travel down the hallways using those one-way arrows in the appropriate manner and find yourself in second block. And I'll speak with you then. Take care. Have a good morning.